first. Let's get this.
System 318 is skip.
Okay, so here is the trough of the aqueduct. The aqueduct is a pipe between the fourth ventricle and the third ventricle. And so it's right on midline. The fact that you can see that trough means that you cut it on the line, right? So that's a plus.
Yeah.
This little flap here, that flap, that's the anterior medullary velum. It just marks the end of the fourth and the beginning of the aqueduct. That aqueduct, this is good light. If you just roll it, you can see that there's shiny and not so shiny.
Mm-hmm.
The third ventricle is like this. The third ventricle is really, really shallow. And so when you cut, and you cut down midline, because the aqueduct tells you that, right? You're not going to see like a big pocket. You're just going to see a little indentation, which in this case means it's shiny because it's not cut.
Oh, I
That's
see.
how thin it
It's
is.
actually hollow.
Right, right, so it's a small hollow. So this is the thalamus, this is the hypothalamus. Important landmark, really important landmark, this dot.
Is the dot?
The dot is the anterior commissure, the dot. This is the fibers of the corpus callosum, connecting the hemispheres. These fibers are the fibers coming from the hippocampus. It's called the fornix. That fornix will come around like this, turn at the anterior commissure, and continue to the mammillary bodies. There's the mammillary bodies.
Oh, okay.
You see that? And so whenever in doubt, roll it. There's mammillary bodies. That's what it looks like on the midline cut.
So this white part, the fornix, did you say? Or
Fornix.
Fornix. Does it continue behind that membrane?
Yeah. No. So this is going from the hippocampus. The hippocampus, remember, this is the hippocampal gyrus. So it's sitting in here. It's not a midline structure. Its fibers come from behind there.
Oh no, but I mean
Surface.
on its way to the mammillary body.
No, it stays pretty much on the surface here.
Okay.
We'll dissect that out, actually. And so, notice that you have like a membrane here.
Yeah.
That's the septum pellucidum. That's where the lateral ventricle will be. You can't see it. It just is a membrane that divides the two ventricles. That means if it's here, it's not going to be here. So if I take this and retract it, you're looking into the lateral ventricle.
Oh.
And this structure is the caudate nucleus.
Which one?
The caudate nucleus, this guy here.
I see. Inside.
Yeah. So this is the pineal body. And here's the superior colliculus. Remember from the dorsal side, I'd mentioned that on the other side of that was going to be the pineal body. Here's the pineal body. If you look at the thalamus here, you notice this little goober. It's kind of like a teardrop shape here. That's the habenula. This is all on the list and it's all labeled on those things. Important on either side, so here's the aqueduct. On either side of the aqueduct, that defines the mesencephalon.
Okay.
So this is mesencephalon, that's mesencephalon, this is superior colliculus. That's the mesencephalon. You guys are off.